Hello and welcome to episode 487 of the Daily Sales Message podcast, where every single day I share a piece of simple and actionable advice that's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff too. Selling more stuff too is the bit most people are really interested in. In today's episode, we are talking about the patterns I've noticed in messaging. I create a lot of messaging for a lot of clients. Clear sales messaging, if you will. But I see lots of other messaging out there created by other people, created by business owners themselves or other people in the creative space. And there's a fundamental difference, a fundamental problem that occurs. And it's one that I try and steer clear of all the time. And it's the cornerstone of my success. And it's quite simply this. A lot of people with their messaging focus on making it sound cool, first of all. It has rhyme, it has alliteration. It has an acronym, an acrostic. It spells a word. It's a jingle. It's a this. It's a that. They try and make it appealing from the outset on an aesthetic level, on a very kind of superficial level. That's where they go with their messaging. I appreciate that quality, but for me, it has to actually work first of all. So a clear sales message is about the commerciality, the commercial viability of what we're saying, so people actually get it and they can see the value. Once that's established, then we look at polishing it up with rhyme, alliteration, homophones, acrostics, all sorts of mesostics, all sorts of other different linguistical things you've probably never even heard of that will help to polish it up and make it look cool. If we start by just making the language and the wording look cool, we're not going to get very far because we're ignoring the commercial side, the commercial aspect to this. Your messaging must first of all be understood by people in a commercial sense. They can see and understand the value you're presenting. Then we get fancy and we make it look and sound cool. And that's a key core pattern that I've observed over the past few years in terms of the stuff that I produce versus what other people produce. The stuff I produce, yes, it sounds cool. It has alliteration, rhyme, all those cool things in it, but it does have the foundation of commercial understanding and conciseness and brevity, which most other messaging just doesn't seem to have. It's too aesthetic, too kind of superficial. Right, that's it for this episode of the podcast. Tomorrow in episode 488, I'm going to tell you why nobody is buying from you. Why is nobody buying from you? Or very few people. There's a couple of reasons. I'll cover them in tomorrow's episode. In the meantime, if you haven't already, please hit the like, subscribe, share button. Leave a comment below wherever you're listening or watching this. If you interact with some way, it just helps the algorithm push us out to more people to share our free practical sales training tips and advice. Thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. I appreciate it. I'll catch you tomorrow for another edition of the Daily Sales Message.